Yes, we are still live with you tonight. Weather Nation has gone nowhere because tornado watch is in effect for the deep south, and a tornado warning has just been issued outside of the Atlanta metro area tonight. So let me just be clear, the Atlanta metro area, we've got a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado tonight. Let's get to Doppler radar, high-res radar. This is coming out of Birmingham. What I'm actually going to do is switch to Peachtree City. And what I've got is the tornado warning here until 1:45 local time. And we've crossed over. I believe we're going to be getting into the East Coast time too. Let me make sure if I've got my warnings correct in the time periods here. So we have up until, yes, 2:45 Eastern time. So I'm going to have to switch my radar imagery here because we're going to go between where we still have a tornado watch in Central time to Eastern time between Alabama and Georgia. This is East Coast time. So 2:45 East Coast time. It says 1:45 Central. Put that ahead to Eastern time. We've got a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. It is racing eastward at 45 miles per hour, and this does include some parts of the Atlanta metropolitan area. Let me get to the high-resolution radar. We're there right now. I want to get to the velocity data for you and show you what we've got in the way of spin. It is right here, just outside of Ackworth, just west of Kennesaw. I'm going to draw it on for you, and this is the area of rotation that's here. You see two blinking boxes, one orange, one red. The red blinking box, the interior one, this is the tornado warning that is there. What I'm going to do is get into the tornado warning for you and the severe warnings that are there. Take off that severe thunderstorm warning, just highlight that tornado warning that's there. We've got rotation that shows in this storm, but with this one, this is pretty broad rotation. It is nowhere near the indications. Whereas while we are still in live coverage with you, we've got tornado watches, but if you didn't hear, about 3 hours ago, I believe from this time, we had a tornado that came down in Birmingham, Alabama, and we had reports, and we're continuing with that coverage that's there. We've been checking in with field correspondent meteorologist Brett Adair on that. But right now, again, a tornado warning just northwest of the Atlanta metro until 2:45 Eastern time. Our clock there is in Central time. So just put this ahead because part of our tornado watch does extend still into Alabama, is into the Central time zone. Now we're into Georgia. We're in the Eastern time zone here. So I know you get the picture. I know you get that with what we've got here. High-resolution data is I get into at least just the velocity data itself. Let's look at the wind speeds within here. As for rotation itself, that's not a pretty picture. One of the latest scans here is showing more of a tight-knit rotation that's just come. It is just southwest of Ackworth. It is just due west of Kennesaw. This storm is moving east at 45 miles per hour. I do find there are some possible winds 57 miles per hour. That doesn't look that impressive, but that is showing that there are indications that we could have this tornado being dropped if it's not already there. Let's zoom in very close here. We've gone into Ackworth and Kennesaw here. The tornado warning is why we're on for that storm right there. I apologize for the imagery popping on. I got several things going on behind the scenes. Just want to make sure we've got the latest information for you. And so right now we have the tornado warning that will be for Cobb, Georgia. I believe it's Cobb County. So northern part of Cobb County, look out for this one. Northern parts in this indication, not the entire county, but at least Cobb County to Kennesaw, Ackworth. Those are the most particular areas where I'm seeing the storm racing off to the east at 45 miles per hour. Let's see if there's some smaller communities involved within this track too. What I can do is put on this defined area of the rotation, move it east and just go along with the National Weather Service track at 45 miles per hour. Here you see we've got some larger communities. Kennesaw, it'll arrive in 8 minutes. And eventually, if this system holds, it could be to these communities in the order of 23 and 25 minutes from now. But we got some smaller towns within here. Let's take that off for you. Let's get in really close and quick here to you and see if we've got something in the way. It looks to be Ackworth and Kennesaw. We don't have much here. Interstate 75, I-75 is right here. There's Marietta, Georgia there, familiar with that. There's Smyrna, and then you get in closer to the Atlanta metro. So the Atlanta metro proper is way outside Cobb County and the very northern tier where the tornado warning exists at this time, which is why we're live here tonight. Chris, why don't we get to the other computer and show you that we've got this tornado watch until 6 o'clock this morning. We've got video that's coming out of Atlanta earlier that we've showed too. But this entire region until 6 o'clock in the morning, we've got such warmth, such humidity, spin in the atmosphere, the right structure with the winds from the ground all the way up in the air that are there too. We've got on the north side of this particular storm too in the overnight hours. Can't forget about you in the Midwest. A lot of snow that's being dropped around right now. But the tornado warning aspect of this under the tornado watch will show, and this may very well be the same cell that did produce that tornado earlier in the night in Birmingham, Alabama. Again, I'm going to get to Doppler radar here that is in out of Atlanta, Georgia. And this particular cell, I do believe, is the one responsible that dropped the tornado in Fultondale, Alabama, north of Birmingham, earlier Monday night. We go back to about 3 hours from now. So one tornado warning in play. We are going to be live with you for the next hour, 1 minute and 40 seconds roughly to speak of. But as we look at the Doppler radar all together in the United States, not just severe storms over the south as well, but still we've got very heavy snow north. Can't forget about this too. We've been tracking snow that is now heaviest to Milwaukee to Madison, Dubuque, Iowa, Des Moines getting some pretty hefty snow, Omaha and Lincoln, still some pretty hefty snow bands that are here tonight. So we do have other weather than what's been occurring from unfortunate severe storms that have erupted tonight, but all connected to the same storm system together. So as we're in 2021 in January, we've started this season off very early in the way of severe weather. We know that earlier north of Birmingham, we had a tornado. We've got our live coverage with this that we will be on. Join us again in about another 20 minutes from now. We're going to have talking with our field correspondent meteorologist Brett Adair on scene. But the reason why we are in right now is for a tornado-warned storm that is over the northern parts of Cobb County in Georgia. This is just outside of Georgia. And right now we are looking at the reflectivity data. And if you're in Kennesaw, if you're in Ackworth, and you're outside of Georgia, Marietta, you look to be okay. But there are the indications that we have spin in the atmosphere that is shown here. Here again is that Doppler radar imagery that indicates where the winds are coming to and from the radar and where they're right together and side by side. Then we have the rotation that indicates that, yes, there could be a tornado that could drop out of this storm. National Weather Service words this as a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. We're here on Weather Nation and streaming live to keep you safe in the overnight hours.